Amber Johnston dispels false rumors regarding her husband Trent's death in 7 Little Johnstons. Misinformation can spread more quickly than the truth in the constantly shifting world of social media and celebrity rumors, particularly when it concerns well-liked public personalities. Fans of the well-liked TLC reality show 7 Little Johnstons were recently shocked and perplexed when erroneous web reports surfaced that Trent Johnston, the patriarch of the show's main family, had died. The completely made-up news caused anxiety among the show's loyal audience. But Amber Johnston, Trent's wife and series co-star, quickly and decisively dispelled the unfounded allegations, reiterating her husband's good health and denouncing the dissemination of such damaging lies. Amber addressed the claims directly on her verified Instagram account. She wrote, "To all our amazing fans, Trent is alive, well, and very much with us," in a post that was both poignant and determined. "These rumors are extremely cruel and wholly untrue. Please refrain from disseminating unconfirmed information. It creates needless suffering and anxiety." A recent picture of the pair grinning together on a family vacation was included with the message, serving as a visual reminder of Trent's health and their enduring relationship. The now-deleted Facebook post that purportedly quoted an anonymous source and said Trent had experienced an unexpected medical issue seems to have been the root of the rumors. In a matter of hours, the post received thousands of shares on Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit, and some people even went so far as to write condolence and memorial tributes. The volume and speed of the false information highlight a concerning development in the digital era: the ease with which fake news can spread, particularly when it contains sensational or emotional content. In addition to being upsetting, the misleading claim violated the Johnston family's privacy and distorted their reality, as they had based their public persona on authenticity, resiliency, and support for the dwarfism community. Achondroplasia is a type of dwarfism that affects all 7 members of the Johnston household: Amber, Trent, and their 5 children, Jonah, Elizabeth, Anna, Emma, and Alex. They have utilized their position to inspire, educate, and normalize living with the illness. Since its 2015 debut, their program has documented everything from parenting difficulties and house remodeling to overcoming social expectations and commemorating significant occasions. Trent has never shied away from the camera. He is well known for his sharp wit, unwavering support of his family, and entrepreneurial spirit. He co-owns a successful printing business. He frequently strikes a balance between Amber's more expressive and emotional nature and his cool, collected manner, making his presence on the show a fundamental part of its dynamic. The notion that he had abruptly died seemed startlingly inconsistent with the family's recent social media posts and public appearances. In truth, Trent had shared a video of himself assisting Jonah with his auto repair on the family's official YouTube channel a few days prior to the rumor's emergence. It was a routine but significant moment that emphasized their strong father-son relationship. Additionally, Amber posted a picture of Trent grilling hamburgers in their backyard to Instagram, jokingly mentioning his famous, and slightly burnt, barbecue abilities in the caption. These ordinary photographs depicted a man who was actively involved in life rather than someone who had met a terrible death. The allegation was quickly refuted by fans and other reality TV stars in addition to the Johnstons themselves. Many people condemned the propagation of the lie on social media and advised others to double-check information before spreading it. One fan wrote, "This is why we need to be more responsible online. The Johnstons deserve better than this, they have done so much for our community. We stand with the Johnston family during this time and condemn the spread of false information," read a brief statement from TLC, the network that broadcasts 7 Little Johnstons, in support of the family. Trent is doing well, and we're excited to keep telling people about their inspirational journey. Discussions over the morality of online debate and the actual repercussions of digital rumors have been rekindled by the episode. Public personalities, especially those who divulge personal details of their life, are especially susceptible to exploitation and disinformation in a time when anybody may publish anything with little to no accountability. Families like the Johnstons are prime candidates for rumors and fabrication because they allow cameras into their homes and lives, blurring the boundaries between public and private life. Amber, a longtime supporter of digital wellness and mental health, took the opportunity to remind followers of the value of empathy and critical thinking. She stated in a subsequent Instagram story, "Words have power. Sharing something without verifying its veracity can harm actual individuals who have families, emotions, and lives of their own. Let's improve." The Johnstons are not alone in their experience. Premature death hoaxes have targeted many celebrities in recent years, including Morgan Freeman and Betty White. These rumors are frequently the result of nefarious actors looking for traffic and interaction, satirical websites, or AI-generated content. The Trent Johnston story is especially startling because of how swiftly it traveled among a community that usually takes pride in inclusivity and support, two things the Johnstons stand for. After the story went viral, the family allegedly spent a difficult evening answering calls from worried friends and family. In a subsequent open podcast interview, Amber said, "It was overwhelming. My phone is exploding with 'I'm so sorry' texts one moment, then the next we're watching a movie together. The speed at which lies may spread is frightening." The Johnstons made the decision to react with clarity and grace rather than rage, despite the emotional toll. Their strategy is in line with the principles they have continuously exemplified on their program: integrity, solidarity, and fortitude in the face of difficulty. They embraced the spotlight instead of running away from it, sharing more family photos, interacting with fans, and even preparing a special episode that tackles internet harassment and false information. Since the family frequently incorporates real-life difficulties into their narratives, it is anticipated that upcoming episodes of 7 Little Johnstons would address the incident in an oblique manner. A storyline about digital safety and social media literacy may be in the works, according to the producers, and it might include outside experts or school outreach initiatives that the children take part in. For devoted fans, the Johnstons are more than simply a source of amusement. They are a representation of what may happen when a family is led by love, communication, and respect for one another. Many admirers, who identify with the Johnstons' journey and see their own hardships mirrored in it, found it personal to witness them singled out by such a vicious lie. The rumor caused such widespread distress because of this emotional link, which is also why Amber's prompt refutation was so important. As the incident comes to an end, it serves as a clear reminder of our collective obligation as digital citizens. It is simple to scroll, share, and move on mindlessly in a world where there is an abundance of content. However, every comment, retweet, and post has the capacity to change actual lives. The Johnston story serves as a reminder to stop, check, and think about the people who are behind the displays. When it comes to the experience, Trent has stayed remarkably quiet. He joked, "If I were gone, Amber would have mentioned it, probably in all caps and with at least 3 exclamation points, in a rare excerpt from a solo interview that TLC made public." Delivered with his trademark deadpan humor, the joke was a subdued yet powerful approach to reassure supporters while remaining loyal to himself. Since then, the family has settled back into their routine, which includes weekend excursions, business meetings, school runs, and the sporadic argument that always ends with laughs on camera. Their ability to withstand this digital storm is evidence of their close relationship and genuineness, which have made them beloved by fans for almost 10 years. As 7 Little Johnstons prepares for its upcoming season, fans can anticipate more of the series' hallmark poignant moments, amusing mistakes, and thought-provoking discussions. Even while the untrue rumor about Trent's death will probably stop making headlines, its lesson will endure. At a time when information is readily available, kindness and the truth must spread equally as quickly as lies, if not more quickly. 7 Little Johnstons. Anna says confrontation with Trent in new season was a setup. When TLC's reality series 7 Little Johnstons first premiered in 2015, it offered viewers an intimate glimpse into the lives of a unique American family, the Johnstons, all of whom have achondroplasia, a form of dwarfism. Over the years, the show has chronicled everything from the family's daily routines and parenting challenges to the personal growth of each of the 5 Johnston children, Jonah, Elizabeth, Anna, Emma, and Alex, as they've navigated adolescence, relationships, and independence. Now in its 9th season, the series continues to evolve, but not without its share of drama, particularly a recent, highly publicized confrontation between siblings Anna and Trent Johnston that has left fans buzzing and Anna herself feeling blindsided. In a candid interview following the episode's airing, Anna Johnston, the family's third child and one of the show's most outspoken personalities, claimed that the much-discussed argument with her younger brother Trent was not an organic moment but rather a setup orchestrated by production. Her comments have reignited ongoing conversations about the ethics of reality television, the blurred lines between authenticity and entertainment, and the emotional toll such portrayals can take on real families. Anna, now in her early 20s and living independently in a tiny home she built with her fiancé, has long been a fan favorite for her sharp wit, strong opinions, and unapologetic honesty. Trent, the youngest of the Johnston siblings, has often been portrayed as the baby of the family, earnest, sometimes naive, and still figuring out his place in the world. Their dynamic has always carried the typical sibling push and pull, but the latest season introduced a new layer of tension that culminated in a heated exchange during a family gathering at the Johnston home in Forsyth, Georgia. According to the episode, the argument stemmed from a disagreement over household responsibilities during a visit Anna made to help prepare for an upcoming family event. Trent, frustrated by what he perceived as Anna's critical tone and unsolicited advice, lashed out, accusing her of acting superior and overstepping boundaries. Anna, visibly taken aback, fired back, asserting her right to voice concerns as an older sister and longtime contributor to the family's well-being. The scene ended with both siblings storming off in opposite directions, leaving the rest of the family in stunned silence. On screen, the moment felt raw and emotionally charged, a hallmark of the show's appeal. But off-camera, Anna tells a different story. "It wasn't like that at all," she said in a recent phone interview. "The producers kept asking us to talk about the tension or address what's been going on. They kept bringing it up over and over, even though nothing major had happened. Then, during that day, they kept pushing Trent and me to sit down and have a real conversation. It felt forced. And when things got a little heated, which, honestly, happens in any family, they kept the cameras rolling and encouraged us to keep going." Anna emphasized that while she and Trent have had their share of disagreements over the years, this particular confrontation was amplified and manipulated for dramatic effect. "They edited it to look like a huge blow-up," she explained. "But in reality, it was maybe 5 minutes of mild frustration that got blown out of proportion. They cut out all the parts where we were laughing or being normal. They wanted conflict, so they created it." Her claims are not without precedent. Reality television has long been criticized for scripting or staging scenes to heighten drama and boost ratings. From the Real Housewives franchise to Teen Mom, numerous cast members have come forward over the years alleging that producers manipulate situations, feed lines, or selectively edit footage to craft narratives that may not reflect reality. In the case of 7 Little Johnstons, which markets itself as a heartwarming and authentic portrayal of a dwarf family's life, such allegations carry added weight. Trent, for his part, has not publicly disputed Anna's version of events, though he did post a brief message on social media following the episode's airing. "Family stuff is complicated. Love my sister always." The ambiguity of his statement has only fueled speculation among fans, many of whom have taken to online forums and comment sections to debate whether the confrontation was genuine or manufactured. The Johnston family, led by parents Amber and Trent Sr., has always maintained that their show is a true reflection of their lives. In past interviews, they've spoken about their desire to educate the public about dwarfism and to normalize the experiences of little people. Amber, in particular, has been vocal about the importance of representation and the responsibility that comes with being one of the few dwarf families on mainstream television. But as the children have grown older and more independent, tensions between their personal lives and their on-screen personas have become increasingly complex. Anna, who has been open about her struggles with anxiety and her desire for privacy, says the pressure to perform for the cameras has taken a toll. "There's this expectation that we're always on," she said. "Even when we're having a bad day or just want to be quiet, the crew is there, asking questions, pushing for reactions. It's exhausting. And when you're dealing with real emotions, like frustration with a sibling, it's hard not to feel like you're being used." She also expressed concern about how the edited version of the argument might affect her relationship with Trent long term. "He's my little brother. I love him. But now, because of how it was shown on TV, people are messaging him, saying I'm mean or controlling. That's not fair to him, or to me." The production company behind 7 Little Johnstons, Sharp Entertainment, has not issued a formal response to Anna's allegations. However, representatives for TLC have previously stated that the network prioritizes the well-being of its cast members and works closely with families to ensure their stories are told with integrity. Whether that holds true in this instance remains a point of contention. What makes Anna's claims particularly compelling is her history of authenticity on the show. Unlike some reality stars who lean into caricature for screen time, Anna has often used her platform to advocate for mental health awareness, body positivity, and disability rights. Her decision to speak out now suggests a growing discomfort with the direction the show has taken, and perhaps a desire to reclaim her narrative. Fans have responded with a mix of support and skepticism. Longtime viewers appreciate Anna's candor and say they've noticed a shift in the show's tone in recent seasons, with more emphasis on interpersonal drama and less on the family's unique perspective on everyday life. Others argue that some level of producer involvement is inevitable in unscripted television and that Anna, as a veteran of the series, should have known what she was signing up for. Still, the incident raises important questions about consent and agency in reality TV, especially when it involves minors or young adults who grew up on camera. Anna was just 13 when the show began filming. Now, as a legal adult with her own life and career aspirations, she may be re-evaluating the cost of continued participation. "I didn't sign up to have my worst moments broadcast to millions of people," she said. "I signed up to show the world that dwarf families are just like any other family, full of love, quirks, and yes, occasional arguments. But there's a difference between showing real life and manufacturing drama." The fallout from the confrontation has also sparked conversations within the dwarfism community. Some advocates worry that staged or exaggerated conflicts on shows like 7 Little Johnstons could reinforce negative stereotypes or distract from the real issues facing little people, such as accessibility, medical discrimination, and social stigma. "Representation matters," said disability rights activist Maya Lin. "But it has to be responsible. When reality TV prioritizes entertainment over authenticity, it risks turning real people into caricatures." The Johnstons have done so much good by being visible, but they deserve to be portrayed with dignity, not as plot devices. As the season continues to unfold, viewers will likely see more of Anna and Trent's attempts to reconcile, both on and off screen. Whether their relationship can recover from the manufactured rift, and whether Anna will continue with the show beyond this season, remains to be seen. For now, Anna is focused on her life outside the spotlight, planning her wedding, managing her tiny home, and advocating for causes close to her heart. She hopes that by speaking out, she can encourage more transparency in the reality TV industry and remind audiences that there's a real person behind every edited scene. "At the end of the day, we're not characters," she said. "We're a family trying to live our lives. And sometimes, that means saying enough is enough." The controversy surrounding Anna and Trent's confrontation may ultimately serve as a turning point, not just for 7 Little Johnstons, but for the genre as a whole. As audiences become more media literate and cast members more empowered to speak their truth, the line between reality and reality TV may finally begin to blur in the right direction, toward honesty, respect, and genuine storytelling. Until then, fans will keep watching, wondering what's real and what's rehearsed, and hoping that, beneath the layers of editing and production, the heart of the Johnston family remains intact.